Hello and welcome back to another session of Therapy and Panels. It is a scorcher out today, and because of that I decided we're going to be spending some time in the pool. And I thought also it would be a great time to talk about a certain underwater superhero, that being Aquaman. Created by Mort Weisinger and Paul Morris. When it came to the creation of the character, Paul Morris once stated, "One day when I had brought in a finished script to Murray Boltinoff, I was told that Whit wanted to see me. I stopped in Whit's office. They wanted to start a new feature about a character that lived in the sea. Whit asked me to create the character. That is how Aquaman was born." So let's dig into More Fun Comics issue number 73 and find out how Aquaman's first appearance is. The cover kind of shows that this is a book that has multiple stories, and it primarily the first appearances of Aquaman and Green Arrow, as well as stories with Dr. Fate and the Spectre, but we are only looking at Aquaman today. Anyway, the cover for itself, it's just a basic showing Dr. Fate beating up some thugs, nothing really special. We begin the story with an unarmed ship carrying refugees and hospital workers being torpedoed by an incoming submarine. Apparently they missed the "do not torpedo the ship" sign on the other side of the ship. The sub then attempts to fire on the escaping lifeboats because they are going for the record of villain's speed run, it seems. It is here we are introduced to Aquaman, the Michael Phelps before Michael Phelps, as he swims in and tows the lifeboats away at breakneck swimming speeds. He then returns to the sub and starts beating up one of the guys. After calling on the help of some dolphins, he brings the survivors to the nearest area of land. Once there, the captain is stunned to see Aquaman and asks where he came from and how he can do the things he can. "In the deep blue sea, born and raised, on the shorelines is where I spent most of my days." He explains to the captain that his father was a famous underwater explorer that found a sunken city and began unlocking ancient Atlantean tech. This somehow gave his father the ability to breathe underwater and enhance strength, and after teaching Aquaman, he gained the abilities as well. So apparently you can just teach yourself how to breathe underwater. I'm gonna test that theory out. After finishing his TED talk, Aquaman dives in the water to search for the submarine, tracking it to a secret base. He decides to knock on the submarine so hard that it leaves a giant hole in the ship, causing it and the people inside to sink down into the ocean. The captain and his boss, who are on shore at the time, run into their base to retrieve weapons. Just as Aquaman is about to break in, he gets knocked out with a blow to the head from a hammer. They have guns and explosives, but they decided to go for the modern-day hammer. Okay then. The thugs tie weights onto him and throw him into the ocean. I'm going to let this slide because I'm guessing they aren't aware he can breathe underwater. However, the deep sea pressure is too strong for him to easily break free, but he finds a glowing undersea plant that spits out green goo. Gross. This luckily signals his dolphin friends, who manage to take him to shallower waters. He returns to the base and knocks out the captain One Punch Man style and chases the big boss into the arsenal again. This time the boss throws a grenade, but Aquaman, playing hot potato, catches it and throws it back with it exploding, killing the boss and destroying the base. With his job completed, Aquaman heads back into the sea, ending the issue. And that was the first appearance of Aquaman, and for my diagnosis, this was okay. It's well drawn and the action is pretty good. I do find it weird that apparently you can just learn to breathe underwater, but whatever. I guess this was their way to differentiate Aquaman from Namor, who came out a few years earlier at the time, maybe. And with that, that is the end of today's session. Thank you all for attending. If you liked the video, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, this is the Super Guru enjoying some pool time.